Hello everyone, Super Reaction Bros here again, and too early in the fucking morning. Well, it's not my fault they decided to release a TMNT 2 trailer in the morning, or late at night. That's right, they officially released the trailer for the next Bay Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Please tell me this is a dream because I'm still half asleep.
Then wake up. Pretty much, it's a sequel to the movie that nobody really liked.
This is the one thing I have to admit, and it's not me talking half asleep. Okay, this first movie for me was all right. It wasn't great, it wasn't fantastic. It was just all right. It was passable. After a while, it took me a while to get used to the freaking deformed-looking living. It took me a while to get used to that. But besides that, it was actually decent to me.
For me, I thought they were too tall and they weren't teenagers. There was a flashback where they showed them as legit teenagers. And then they're supposed to be teenage now? Really? That dude looks like a brick shithouse. Giant brick shithouse. Okay, that's not what. I can get past that. What I can't get past is the halfway through production changing who Shredder is. The fact that Splinter learned martial arts through a book, or the fact that April O'Neil in this movie is the goddamn worst journalist I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Got a point there. That's why I said the first movie was just
But other than that, it was like an
decent.
enjoyable movie.
It was a decent movie. That was it. That's all it was. Decent. That for me, it was just decent.
Now, from what I've heard about this one's going to introduce a new. Essentially, this is their full-on version. No halfway to production change or anything. This is their full-on own movie because now they have a new person playing Shredder. They have a new person playing his daughter Karai. They're adding Bebop and Rocksteady being played by Gary Anthony Williams, who is a popular improv comedian, and WWE superstar Sheamus.
Sheamus. Why Sheamus?
You know, this goes to explain why they gave him the title. If you really think about it now, this helped cross promote.
Yeah.
And all of course, kind of a positive, but I hope he does well in the end. Is that they also cast Arrow Stephen Amell as Casey Jones.
Even though it's gonna be difficult to see whenever he puts that hood on, everyone's gonna think, "Hey, look, Arrow."
Hockey mask too.
You know,
I want to know if they're gonna give him that his Brooklyn accent.
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's gonna be weird seeing Stephen Amell try a Brooklyn accent.
You definitely have to see that because remember he always had that Brooklyn accent. I mean that was in the original movie, the first original movie, but it's like we've seen it differently. Different interpretations of Casey Jones.
Sorry. Final complaint. Had a clear fact that apparently April knew the turtles and the rat pre-mutation, and then she doesn't put two and two together until later in the freaking movie. That was my last complaint about the first one.
The only one good thing I liked about it for the first movie, some of you may agree, may disagree, they finally made Splinter a fucking badass. Even though I don't like how he had his origins, how he learned all this stuff, I still think, they still made him a badass. Because the moment pretty much you got him face to face with some of the soldiers and then Shredder, you're just like, you're in the movie theater going, even I was like super stoked. I was yelling with the crowd because I was like, yeah, that was a badass scene. Okay, that's the only good thing for me.
I'll admit that there were a couple parts I did like, but the movie as a whole did not do it for me. I mean, it really didn't.
As I said,
and I'm not saying I grew up as a fan. No. The first movie, very first live action movie I saw, I never saw the night. I'll admit, I've only seen a few episodes of the original '90s series. I've only seen a few episodes of the original 2000 series. I have seen all three. I've seen the first one and the third one in the live action movies. I saw the CG movie with anime movie, which I thought was alright overall.
The TMNT one, the animated one, that one was beautifully done. The way they did the animation, I wish it is. Honestly, I wish they would have kept it just full on animation like that, or just kept it even if they redid it for live action. Just bring back the original bodysuits because nowadays with some of the prosthetics you could do nowadays, it's mind blowing what you can do nowadays with it. But it's like they could have at least done that.
But like I'm saying, but we are me and Bruce are currently watching the current version of the animated series called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
which is actually pretty good.
which is
It's
actually
fully
pretty.
computer animated.
CG animation takes a while to get used to, but once you get used to it and you look past it, it's a really good. It's a solid,
It
good
definitely
show.
reminds you a little bit of the '90s show.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference being that like their team that Splinter was mutated differently because he was the martial arts expert in this case, and then he was mutated
Yeah.
and Shredder's his rival, and that both April and Casey are teenagers in this one instead.
In a way, they start them off at a young age, pretty much. Where Casey, in a way, was already already doing what he was doing.
But trust me, if you're a fan of the original '90s, there are so many good nods to the villain names in this. And like I said, it's a good show. I just have no faith in the current CG live action CG movies.
I mean, no offense. I know Michael Bay is not directing it, but it has Michael Bay written all over it.
Yes.
Because even though he's producing it, it's like, okay, dude, step away. I understand Transformers. It just started dwindling down, until the last one, which I gotta admit was pretty good. But like I said, he just needs to step away from this. Let somebody else take the reign, especially the way they've been doing a lot of '90s remakes into these live action films.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just let somebody else take over it. Don't let Michael Bay just touch everything. You know?
Well, let's get started so that way we can get this over the pain over with.
God, let's see here. Shit, we're gonna get ourselves into in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows, trailer number 1.
What's happening out there, Donnie?
I don't know. It doesn't look good.
Gear up, guys. Whoa!
Showing.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely not good.
Oh God.
My recital. Bogey's on the bus. I think it's very vital. Hit the button. What button? There are a million buttons.
Oh, they're classic.
Here we go.
What are you, superheroes?
What?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies
Oh God, I hate what they're
and
doing.
love this city.
Whoa, whoa, this never works out well for you.
Oh.
What's your name?
Casey Jones.
One question. You two guys like a thing?
I'm looking for Aaron Moore's.
Shredder.
But we could work with that. Me too.
Stop me! My very thing is stopping.
Dude, bringing back the mohawk. Good for you.
Oh, y'all got jokes, huh? What are we doing with the turtles? When something bad happens, you want to be with the turtles.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Before you destroy the only HD webcam we currently have, I thought it was fine.
There's actually.
It was
I'm
fine.
not mad. I'm not mad.
The only thing I'm pissed off about is I don't know if I saw this in the original '90s animated series. How often did they come out during the daytime? I don't know a lot of. See, I don't know a lot about TMNT, the original series, where they ever came out during the day. Like them coming out to the public. I mean,
That's why. But it doesn't look like the public. I don't know. It looks like some of the police, but it's just like. It's like they never really. It was only a small, very small few people that knew about them, and they were always a part of that group. And that was Rachel, and that was Casey, and
you mean April? You said Rachel.
Rachel. I'm sorry, I'm half asleep here. Yeah, April, Casey Jones. Just only a few little bits, and it's just like,
I am glad Steve Amell's not going to try a Brooklyn accent.
He's going with his natural voice, even though I like how they bring it. They're sticking with his original look and his style of fighting, which was the hockey.
Yeah.
It was always with hockey stick and things like that. It looked pretty cool. The one thing they need to do, which I'm like, they need to get rid of, is I understand they're trying to make personalities with each turtle, but just take off the armor, take off at least some of their clothes, because it's like now you're dressing them up. To me, it's like you gotta. Oh my! Just take it off. We all know who each one of them are.
Now, surprising enough, there are positives. I mean, CG Bebop and Rocksteady look pretty good.
Look pretty good, but of course these are just of course it's the first trailer, so I'm pretty sure this isn't the final look of it.
That shot the aliens at the end. That's probably the Krang.
That's the only people I could think of is the Krang.
They're
introducing the Krang, which I'm like, okay, that's really quick, but okay.
I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to separate themselves as much as possible from the first movie.
Like I said,
new Shredder, new Karai.
That's true.
Pretty much, they're trying to separate themselves as much as possible.
That's true. That's a possibility there. This time, like you said, you got to see Shredder, and this time no deformed face. So, because remember, he's always had that that's either a big scar. He always had a reason why he wore the mask. Here, it's just he's got the his actual weapon, stuff like that, but it's like they just, I don't know, they should at least give him some type of scar or something, because he's always had that scar on him, reminding him whatever happened or anything like that. I mean, maybe he gets a scar in this movie. Who knows? We didn't get to see.
I totally forgot Tyler Perry was cast as.
Yeah, that's right.
Tyler Perry was casting, but I didn't know he was playing Baxter Stockman.
I know. I remember that.
Holy crap! He looks like the nerdiest motherfucker in this movie.
No, I remember. No, a long time ago when they were casting for the sequel and stuff like that, I heard that they got him hired and he was playing him. I just completely forgot.
Yes, I totally forgot Tyler Perry was in this movie.
I completely forgot he was in the film, pretty much. But he, like I said, the one that was one big thing for me is just the clothes, and you start, because even in the original, not the '90s, pretty much film, the live action, they had them just bare, pretty much, just because you already knew who they were by their attitude, the way they talked, and everything. I mean, that's the only thing that really bothers me. This film does look decent. We didn't get Sheamus at all. If you think about it,
he's in that one scene with Bebop, but they didn't really have him talk.
That's how I said they didn't have him talk. They really had the what's the other guy's name? The one who
plays Bebop?
Yeah.
Gary Anthony Williams.
Yeah, Gary Anthony Williams, pretty much. They only had him mainly talking and showed him more of it. Yeah, they showed Sheamus's his transformation, stuff like that, but you don't really see any of him or talking. It looks like Gary's character is like the one talking on their behalf in a way. He's the one talking for them. But
it could be different. He could actually be talking throughout the movie.
Yeah, I like how they, like you said in the beginning, I love how they're adding the show razor. That was pretty awesome, especially with the weapon, with the classic.
What button? There's a bunch of buttons.
I do like with they keep into this classic weapons, which is things they find around like actual sewer lids, pretty much use it as weapons. That's pretty cool. It's gonna be this trailer I got was decent, but of course I'm waiting to see any more, because it's like this one was decent. The show, it looks like they are trying to change up a little bit. Like you said, they're trying to separate itself from the first, because they from the sound of it, they are trying to separate themselves from it, because they probably got they were talking about the sequel, and after hearing everybody's reviews and thoughts of it, they're like, okay, we need to separate itself and change some few things, and that's what they're doing here with the Krang.
Essentially, yeah, this is pretty much like a soft reboot from the first one. Like I said, that's why we're getting a new Shredder.
Yeah, the only thing, like I said, the big thing still, they're coming out during the day, but who they were talking with. It's like, because you saw them talking with the other lady. I forgot what her name was. Because I know they said they casted her. She is a character supposedly in the pretty much TMNT universe. But when they're talking, it's like they're talking. She had the police stamp. It's like, wait, like you said, the public now knows, or is it just the police force, or what?
Yeah,
that's the only things that bother me, because it's like, even in the title it says "Out of the Shadows." Okay, cool title, but They meant literally out of the shadows, where it's like, guess what? We're in the world. In a way, it's like,
I think it makes sense considering yes they've had fun in Daytime 4 and all the other previous iterations, but only when it's like really serious.
just like in the first movie, they had to come out during the daytime to fight Shredder. You know, they had to go, even though they were climbing up the building. It was during the daytime. It was during the daytime.
Yeah.
You know, there were times when it was necessary, but they were always ninjas. They were always in the shadows. They were always, even like what Splinter said, going, the world is not ready for you yet. You know, and that's why he said, I hopefully for that scene didn't really spoil anything about from them revealing the world to them. You know,
I'm still waiting to see how the Krang factor into all of this, considering
as long as they keep
we
the
really
ra-
don't know the plot of the movie.
No, and pretty much and if they do involve the Krang, keep them original, the way they always been. Even in the 90s animated series, even in pretty much the current series now, they've always kept them the same look, and especially the way they talked, because that's who they were. You know?
I think, and like I said before, the one thing positive I did say about trailers, I did like the designs of Bebop and Rocksteady.
They kept the designs original.
Well, yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, they kept them original, where but they definitely added more flavor.
I think
them.
the tank was the last thing I expected, though. But
I like how they're definitely bringing back Will Arnett, even though he had that funny moment where he made a good point, going, "Isn't this part where we need to beat around the turtles? Because this is a bad moment right now. Where are the turtles? You know, this time he's accepting them, because it's like every time they're around the turtles, he knows we're gonna be safe, we're good, we're good. You know, but
overall, it was alright. I mean, I guess I don't think another trailer is going to convince us.
No, I think
we'll eventually probably see this movie. Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I saw the first. I did see. I don't know if it was with you or I forgot, but I did see this in the movie theaters.
No, you saw it somewhere else. I saw it with you later.
Yeah, I know who I saw it with. Yeah. But I saw it in the movie theater. He didn't want to see it because like Fox was saying, he was hesitant because it's like the way everything was set up. But who knows? Like I said, this trailer was decent. This gave us a good flavor. I love the song they went with. You know, Tricky. That was pretty cool how they did that. But for now, I mean, that's about it. I mean, that's all we can say. It's decent.
Yeah.
It's just decent because you have to realize, for people who grew up watching this stuff, there's a lot of elements you need to add into it. You still can make it its own, but still make sure you add in the major elements that everybody loved about the Turtles.
Yeah.
You know, but until next time, I mean,
if you're new to the channel, you can like, comment, share, subscribe.
Well, I see our last video. Hopefully I'm wide awake. I'm still half asleep here. Bam! Click right there. Check it out. See what's up.
And if you know, but if you can think of a positive thing to say about this sequel, you know, one thing you're probably hoping for that they improve on, let us know.
Yeah, that we didn't mention or anything like that.
Just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, definitely let us know down below to see what you think, or you know, what's from seeing this trailer, what do you think is going on, or what do you want to happen that it could turn this movie around? Which I don't think anything's gonna turn around this movie at this point, because it's just like you said, it's just decent enough.
Yeah, for now. So for now, I'm Fox.
I'm Bruce.
And that's been our SRB.
See ya.
Later.